Jasmine here, and I am working like normal. It is Monday morning, it's beautiful outside, and we are starting our week off right. So, as you saw, I was able to get in my workout this morning because we are starting something new this week, and that is the 75-day soft challenge. So, it's going to be looking like around here is I'm trying to eat every meal clean 80% of the time. Like a little something something here and there is okay with the 75-day soft, reading at least 10 pages a day. And I think that I'm going to take that literally. So for mine, I will not be allowing any audiobooks. And if I listen to any, I still have to read 10 pages. I'm also incorporating Duolingo for me for that. So at least 5 minutes a day of Duolingo. I want to keep a chain on that. And there is a requirement of 3 liters of water a day in a 45-minute workout. So I might have to break up those workouts sometimes. Like today I had to, didn't quite make the 45-minute. I got to 37 minutes. So I am going to take like a walk here. Maybe my last break of the day, I'll take a little walk, but I have a walking pad so I can do that inside. So excited for that. And then I have a wellness journal. So I got this at the beginning of the year, and I'm just going to use it and let this be my place of reflection and just seeing how my stats did. And it's cool because it like tells you how much sleep, energy, restful moments, movement, how do you feel, and then in the evenings, like more reflection about your nourishment, daily gratitude. My nourishment is just making sure I'm gonna put like how much water intake I've done here. And I think I am gonna put my meals here too. And then I want to put like what movement I did today. So I'm gonna do that too, how I'm feeling. And then at the end of the day, I want to write something that I want to give gratitude to as well. So today's going to be the first day. And I think it'll be, like I said, a cool thing to be able to look back. Like at the beginning of this wellness book, it just talks about different things too, which I think is cool. I got this from Paper. I've used their wellness books before. This one's a little bit different because I want to think of it as a holistic approach. One thing that I was realizing when I was at the park yesterday with my kids is that I can't do everything that I want to with them. And it sucks. It really does. Like we used to run around and play tag and all the things, but with my knee, I have to be extremely careful. And my back was sore yesterday and my knee was sore. And it was because on Friday I went to the chiropractor, but then on Saturday I worked out. So it just was a reminder that I need to continue doing what I'm doing so that I can be my best self and I can play with my kids the way that I want to. They're a big driver for me. And while I go through this journey, I am doing this completely all natural, no supplements for me, other than like protein and collagen, like those type of supplements. But I am not a person that is choosing to do like any type of drugs that help specifically with weight loss. And that's more of a personal thing. I think that if you're needing some additional help, by all means, do what's best for you and best for your body. And especially if you're talking to a doctor and they recommend that for you and they give you all the information that you feel comfortable, I say do what you need to do. For myself, I have lost weight in the past. I did keep it off and then I put some of it back on, but then I got pregnant. Before I had my last son, the biggest size I ever was a 14, and that was after having my second child. Before him, I hovered around, I think it's a it's a 10. I stayed about a 10 for a long time. And then that's when my husband met me. That's the size I was. And then when I got pregnant with my second child, he was my biggest child. I gained the most weight with him because he was big. And then I kind of just stayed bigger. And I never did the things I needed to lose weight until 2019. Well, I would say before then, because I got married in 2018. I was underneath 200 pounds when I got married. And then I lost another 30 pounds after I had got married, and it was like 2019, 2020, and I was 20 pounds away from where I wanted to be. So I was getting back to there, but then I got pregnant. And then even then I was still a pretty healthy weight until I got to Houston, and I gained so much water and I just gained weight because the food was good. It wasn't like what I'm used to. It was seasoned very well. So now that I'm here, like I know like this isn't healthy for me. I can feel it in my body. I can feel it when I move around. I'm uncomfortable. I've done it before and I know I can do it again, and I can already see the change that's happening to me, especially with me being more consistent. The leggings that I just bought are already starting to get loosed around my waist because that's the where I lose weight the fastest. Eating clean is a big one for me, and it makes me like feel good too. I feel good when I'm eating healthy. I have more energy. I'm not so irritable. And I think previously when it came to my weight, I had an unhealthy relationship with food because of the circumstances I was in as a child. And I am working on that with my therapist. So everything's lining up for me to be successful and to continue this journey and be healthy for myself and for my kids and for my future, because this is not fun. This is not something I want to do for the rest of my life. I don't want to always have to be worrying about my health. So I'm excited to try something different. And I think the my biggest thing is that I need to make sure that I'm eating, because that, I'm not going to even lie, I sometimes don't eat. I'll skip meals. I am the worst on the weekend where I won't eat breakfast and then we're running around and the next day I know it's dinner time and I haven't eaten all day. So I'm trying to be more conscious of making sure that I'm actually eating and not letting life get in the way, because life is going to life. So I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself. And I think that's hard for most women, that taking care of yourself is hard. And especially as a mom, I'm always putting other people first before me. And this is a time for me to be a little selfish and make sure that I'm taken care of so I can take care of everybody else. So that's what we're going to be doing here. And I just want to be able to share some of the meals that I make and what I'm doing, and hopefully that will help somebody who's on this similar journey. For today, we're going to work, of course, and I'm going to make my checklist of things. So once I make my checklist of everything I want to get done today, I will share it with you. And we do have a Costco run today because I did not go yesterday. So I'm going to get some work done and I will talk to you guys. Maybe on a break, I'll hopefully have that written down and then we can talk about it. Okay, so we are halfway through our work day. Thank you, Jesus, because I am so exhausted. Oh, yeah, and I forgot to say happy St. Patrick's Day. That's why I'm wearing the green, so my kids don't pinch me, because we do pinches in this house. Let me get my coffee, because it is an Irish cream coffee, just to bring in St. Patrick's Day all the way. I am 1% Irish and all. Okay, so it's not too bad. I like more of a darker flavor in mine, so it's a nice change of pace. I made my list. Here's the list. So we have Costco, food prep. I want to make protein shakes and protein bars. I need to read chapter 9 out of my Parable of the Talents book. Finish Thicker Than Water. Duolingo like normal, and clean counters and sweep kitchen, and then post my blog. So I have finished Thicker Than Water by Kerry Washington, and I did clean and sweep the counters clean the counters and swept the floor during my break. That was not on my list, but then when I went in there and I saw what it looked like, I was like, okay, I need to wipe these counters down and the table and sweep. We are still getting used to that since we haven't had a kitchen table since we moved to Houston. My kids were at the bar, and then me and my husband had to unfortunately eat in the kitchen. I mean, the living room. And it was supposed to be something that we did temporary. And then now we've lived here for about 3 years, apartment. We decided to make those changes, and so now we have a kitchen table and we eat as a family at the table. So now it's getting my kids used to making sure to pick up after themselves, which you would think that since they had to do that when they were eating at the bar, they would be doing it at the table. But no, for some reason, about when they're at the table, they just want to be, when they're done, they just want to get up and leave. And I have to remind them. Like, I did want to talk a little bit about the book by Kerry Washington. It's her memoir. It's called Thicker Than Water. I had such a difficult time finishing this book. And what I think it is, I think it's the pacing. It's a little too slow for me. I listen to it if a memoir is done and the author is the one doing the audiobook. I prefer to listen to them read the book than just reading the book because you get more out of it to me when the author is telling you their story. You hear it, just like brings the story to life. One of my favorite memoirs is Viola Davis. If you have not read hers, I've heard people say that they didn't connect with her story when they read it, but when I listened to it, and I listened to it on Libby, it was amazing. It's one of my favorite. I did read Michelle Obama's last month, and so I've been wanting to read Kerry Washington's, and so I listened to it. And I mean, her story was amazing, and there was facts in there. I don't want to like give away just in case you decide to read it. I do think it's worth picking up. It's just a slow moving book. And I'm okay with that. Like I did finish it. I think that some people were a little harsh about her book when I was reading reviews. I'm more and more moving away from Goodreads because sometimes some of the people on there be thinking that they're like the best critic in the world and that they can just pick apart people's pieces, and some of the things that they're saying doesn't make sense to me, or doesn't, it doesn't equate deserve some of the criticism that it is. I did see a lady on there that says that she doesn't rate memoirs. She just talks about her experience, how she liked it or didn't like it, whatever, which I think that's fair. A lot of these people making memoirs are actors and singers and whatsoever. If they are a storyteller with their bodies and they're not a person that like storytells with novels and books, for you to think that, oh, if they're this amazing actor, they should be an amazing writer, doesn't make sense to me. So when I'm looking at memoirs as a whole, I give them a lot more grace because I don't expect it to be some amazing piece of body of English literature that's going to be like the next Shakespeare. I am looking into their story. I want to know where they started and how they became who they are. And I think Carrie did a great job doing that. There's was parts that were null and kind of silent, and I think that's normal in people's lives. I don't expect for it to be this amazing drama that's happening in every twist and turn there's a way of something else going on. No, because most people's lives aren't like that. It did humanize her more in my eyes. I love listening to Kerry Washington talk, and I'm glad that I picked up the book. I wished I would have known that it was going to take me as long as it did take me to listen to it, because I wanted to read more, and I feel like that was a good book to have on the back burner, and I'll listen to it here and there, but still reading other books is what I should have done, and I didn't. I did at the end because that's why I think Goodreads said I'm like 33% through Parable of the Talons. and I should have been reading the entire time and also listening to the audiobook. I think that would have got me to where I wanted to be. So that's lesson learned, and I'll make sure in the future that I'll pay attention to that. If it's taking me some time to get through something, to like maybe drop it, come back to it, or just listen to it when I feel like listening to it and reading a book as well. Now that I've completely finished the book, what was happening for my instance, there was some discussions that she was bringing up that I didn't know I had a problem with, that I had similar issues growing up, especially the need for of perfection. I have struggled with that in the past. And some of the things that she was talking about, some of the topics, was bringing something like a stern in my soul. It was moving some things around, that some things that haven't been touched in ages, and I think I didn't know how to deal with that or how to feel about that. And it was something that I was able to talk to my therapist about and then find the cause of it all. So I do feel a lot better. And after I did talk to my therapist about it, it made it easier to finish the book. But there was like a couple topics that didn't know I would be introduced to. I think that goes back to this thought process of warnings. I know some authors decide that they don't want that on, like, warning labels on their books, but in the same aspect, when you're reading a book, you hear this description and you don't know that it's coming, and then when it hits you, if you're more sensitive to that, you could end up stop reading the book, or it might unnerve you. Like, you never know how somebody's going to react to your body of work. I can understand why you would not want to say trigger warning, blah, 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 blah. But in the same aspect, I think it's more important to treat people with care, and I think it's needed. Not saying that Carrie did anything wrong. For those out there that might be sensitive to it, I just want to let you know that this book does talk about eating disorders, abortion, miscarriage, her mom fighting cancer, domestic violence. And I'm sure if I looked into it, I would have found that out anyway. I don't normally look into those things, so I'm completely okay with going in blind. But if you are sensitive to any of those topics, I just want to let you know that that's in the book so that you're not triggered. But like I said, it was a good book. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So that is it for now. I need to make a list for what I'm going to get at Costco. That's the next thing I'm going to do. And then we're just going to do, I bought a bag salad, so that's what we're going to eat for lunch. And hopefully I can just chill for a minute now that the boys are not here for spring break. I will catch up with y'all later. Bye. Okay, so I am brought to you by my closet. See my clothes. Okay, so it is the end of the day. I did most of my list. I did not prep shakes because when I was going to prep shakes, I realized I don't have any containers. So I washed all my containers instead. So they're ready to go tomorrow, and I'll be able to do that pretty quick on one of my breaks. I still need to work out for like 7 minutes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a nice yoga stretch before I go to bed. I still need to read a chapter. I did not post my vlog yet either. I'm having such a hard time with YouTube right now. So I'm trying to hurry up and get that done before I go to bed. And Duolingo. So I'm going to wash my face, well, brush my teeth, wash my face, Duolingo, stretch, and read. And then we're going to be done for the day. But so that is it for tonight. I will see y'all in the morning. Bye. Okay, hello. Welcome to another glorious day in Houston. It is beautiful outside. We worked out this morning. Yeah, feeling strong, kind of. Feeling sore is more like it. The back is sore, the abs are sore, but we did it, right? We did it. We did it. We did it. Hey. So now I am just working. I already had my breakfast. My husband, Patrick, made sourdough bread, sourdough hole in the walls. So good. I told him it was great. The only thing missing was beef bacon. I'm not into pork right now. It just hasn't been setting well in my stomach, unfortunately. So luckily, there's beef bacon here, and it is so good. I'm gonna have to get some of that sooner or later. But I'm feeling good. I already made my list for today of the things that I want to do. I looked over to reflect what I did yesterday, and the main things that I didn't do is that I didn't food prep my shakes. But like I said last night, I was about to do it, but none of my containers were clean. So I ended up cleaning all my containers last night. So then probably my first break, I will make my shakes and then store them. Some of them in the freezer, some of them in the fridge for me to have those. And then I didn't technically post my vlog. Well, I did in a way. So I uploaded it. It's private, and I've been trying to fix certain parts of my vlog, but YouTube, anybody that uses YouTube, like I use it for the music so I don't have to worry about copywriting, which that takes time. Well, I was rewatching it and realized there was a few parts that I wanted to cut out so it wasn't so long. So I did that. And then there's just one thing that I need to blur. I waited and I waited and I waited, and I just left my laptop open. I was like, okay, so when I come back to it, it'll be open for me to do it. And I didn't check for the rest of the night, to be honest. Like I started it on my last break of the day, and I kept looking at it. It still was thinking, and I had to go to Costco, so I just left it open, went to Costco, came back, and we were doing dinner and everything. Never looked at it again because I also had to give Keelan a bath last night, so never looked at it again. Going to a store during the week just means that that's pretty much all I'm doing when I get off. And then I have my motherly duties and like making sure that we're set up for the next day. Things are looking good. I drank 146% water yesterday with my 75 day soft. I am not including any liquids other than water. That's what it says, 3 liters of water. So that is helping me make that. Drinking that is extremely difficult. I end up drinking like 20 liters before bed last night. 20 ounces, not liters, 20 ounces before bed last night. And when I finished drinking it, I said to myself, oh, I'm waking up. I'm gonna have to wake up and go in the bathroom. And sadly, I woke up at like 6, not in the middle of the night, but like 6 o'clock to use the bathroom, and then I went back to sleep. We do have some more exercise to do. I'm going to be stretching right before bed, and I think that is good for me. I think that helped me from being too stiff this morning. My back became stiff just from walking for 30 minutes, but that was what I was expecting. So I am going to listen to some scary, spooky stories, and I'm gonna keep working here. Good morning. It is Wednesday. I am up. I'm actually earlier than I am normally. It is 6:57, so for once, I'm actually leaving my house at the time that I want to. I was hoping to leave like a little bit earlier, but this makes sense why when I wake up at like 6:45, I can never leave the house by 7. So I am just waiting for my car to warm up. I feel pretty good. I don't feel too tired. I'm a little, just because the toddler is still in our bed and he likes to crowd me when we're asleep. So I letting my car warm up here a little bit, and then I'm gonna head out in just a moment. So I will be back. Hey, I just wanted to check in with y'all. Haven't talked to you since this morning when you saw me going to the gym. Went to the gym, was very successful. Working out wasn't too bad. I did have some irritation in my knee, which went away pretty fast, so it wasn't too bad. And then worked as normal. Work went swimmingly, nothing out of the ordinary. Had a therapy session. Therapy session went great. Got some things off my mind, got some reorganization. I want to go back to school, so trying to figure out how that's going to work out in life right now compared to not overthinking it and feeling like I'm going to fail because I tried previously when I was a single mother, didn't work out, and trying not to feel like a failure because of that and thinking that it's not going to work this time. I know I want to go back to school, but actually doing it, I'm hesitant, especially having 3 kids now and my youngest being 3. And just, I really want to prove to myself that I can do it. I think that's a big thing. And so we were working through those thoughts and self doubt and just making a better plan, something that is tangible for me. One of my favorite things to make for the boys and when we're eating a quick meal is rice, a vegetable, and then we get these, I think they're just called bear chicken bites. We get them from Costco. I'll insert a picture. And they are pretty clean. There's not a whole bunch of additives and preservatives in it. So that's why we like it. So I'll throw those in the air fryer and just make kind of like a stir fry, just chicken, rice, and then a veggie. So we're gonna have to do that tonight. So I'm gonna get back to folding these clothes. I'm gonna say goodnight to y'all now because I don't think I'm gonna be recording later today. So hopefully you have a great evening and I'll see y'all in the morning. See ya. Okay, so I just got out of the gym. It wasn't too bad, but I'm tired. I don't know why I could not sleep last night. I ended up staying up till like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I set my alarm clock for 8:30. I woke up at 7:30 because I'm used to waking up early, so that happened. And I have a lot of stuff to do today. I have to go home, take a shower. I need to wash my car. There's this like greenish yellow pollen all over my car, and I've been putting it off because it kept being kind of like ugly outside and raining a bit, so I just didn't see the point of washing it. But it's bad. My car is silver. It looks like it's yellow, which is why I'm also congested. This is why I had a hard time sleeping last night, because even my lymph node down here is swollen and it just continues to feel like something's in my throat. So I have to get my allergy shot, and then I'm getting my hair done. I'm so excited. I'm getting cornrows because I just need a break from doing my hair, but it's nice to have somebody else wash my hair. I'm excited. And I'm getting my ends trimmed because that needs to be done. I'm trying to go consistent so I can get all the dead hair off. So I am going to start moving and get my booty home so I can take a shower and finish out this day. Can't even see it. Here you go. Oh, right there. Okay, so I am at the hair salon and I'm about to get this hair done. One more look at this curly hot mess and let's see what they do. Okay, happy Friday. It's 6:57. I did almost everything I wanted to get done. So this morning, as you saw, got my workout in. It wasn't too bad. I was a little tired. I got my allergy shot. I did not wash my car. So when I was going to my allergy shot, I had a feeling. I almost washed my car first, and I'm glad I didn't because I love the staff at my allergist, but sometimes like other stuff is going on, or I'll be there like 20 minutes waiting to get a shot, and there won't that be that many people in front of me, and I know like nurse that gives the shots, she be busy. And when I was there, I kept hearing like the front desk person call her, asking her questions, trying to send phone calls to her. I was like, okay, I don't want to be late for my appointment, so I'm trying to be patient. And I got my shot, whatever. I got to my hairdresser 5 minutes early, then to wait because she was a little bit behind. And I was like, oh, I could have washed my car. I would have had plenty of time, but they're very strict about being on time. And I was scared that if I was too, if I think it's if you're like 10, 15 minutes late, then they cancel your appointment. So I didn't want that to happen to me. But I mean, the first time I went, she was right on time. So, but this is the hair. I like it. I like it a lot. We trimmed some of the ends. You can't really see it now. They're a lot smoother. They were really, even when she was doing my hair, my ends were like sticking together because I have a little bit of blonde left at the bottom of my hair. It's about this much. After we cut off an inch, we cut off an inch today. I have like another inch left, but then there's parts of my hair like on this, because my hair swoops down, and then on this, like these parts, for some reason, I don't know, the lady that was coloring my hair colored those parts more than the rest of my hair. So she was like, yeah, I could cut it all out, but I'd lose about this much hair. And I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't mind having shorter hair, but it's so much fun having longer hair in my curly state. If I was going to wear my hair straight, I would have told her just to cut it and then just keep getting my hair straightened. But since I don't want my hair to stay straight, I'm not doing that. So not in my curly state, because my hair, I mean, you can kind of see the braids, and these are braids. You see how like far they are down my back? So if my hair is that long and then it gets above my shoulders and curly, you can only imagine if my hair is to here, where it's going to be. It's going to be up here. And then next time I go in, I might do kind of the same thing where I get my hair just braided up so I can take a break. Even though I just bought shampoo to show y'all, I bought shampoo February 25th. February 25th. Okay. It's March 21st today. It's March 21st. That shampoo, I had been waiting on it and I got sick of waiting on it. So that's why I bought the Carol's Daughter shampoo, because I was running out. I wanted to try something new, and I had totally forgot about the shampoo I had bought. So I was like, okay, let me just buy this, and I was going to try it. But then I remember, oh, I'm getting my hair done, so I'll try it next week. And then I got an email saying, oh, we shipped your shampoo on March 7th. I got that email, right? Then March 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th came, and it was still just cities. I got an email from USPS saying that it was a pre-label. They know that the label is coming. They did not have the box. They didn't get the box until March 15th. Get it? So I didn't get the box until I think it was March 18th. Pretty sure I got it like March 18th. I want to give my business to small businesses, especially businesses of color, women, small businesses, but that pisses me off. Because you tell me that, oh, remember we're a small business. Maybe it was 7 business days to ship, no problem. But make it make sense how it went from 7 business days to a whole fucking month, pretty much. Please tell me how it takes that long for some shampoo. And I had been waiting for the collection that I got. It's a whole line by this shampoo company. And I'm excited to try it, but that it taking that long, and then it's not like they sent me email saying, hey, we're behind. Nothing. I get any emails like that. Didn't say nothing, just sent it to me so late. I didn't get any extra products or anything. This face stuff that I get, they had a whole ordeal, and I was patient with them. And even then it sucked, because when I was about to run out of face stuff. Ooh, let me not do that. I was about to run out of face stuff, and I was going to my trip to Philly, and I was really worried because I was like, I'm about to run out of cleanser. and I have a very sensitive face. Like this right now, I have a rash all right here on my face, all right here, and on my forehead. I still don't know what it's from. So I was scared to try a different cleanser. I had some Paula's Choice cleanser, so I ended up taking that with me, which ended up stripping my skin now. My skin's used to the new stuff, isn't as harsh. Dad, it's me. What do you need, baby? Off. It's off? Oh, you knocked this. Okay, let me pause this.
Okay, so this is Charisma coming to you from the future while I'm editing. And I realized I never finished telling you what I meant for this vlog because I got interrupted by Mr. Keelan and I never got back to telling my story. So what I was going to say is that the company that does my face stuff, it's a small Black woman's own company, and they had, like I said, a lot of things that were going on at the time. They had, I think it was Hurricane Beryl. It was one of the hurricanes happened. They lost power at some point. Just a hoopla of things, but they kept me posted on every step of the way and saying like, hey, we're trying to get these out as soon as possible. It was just after a sale that they did, so they knew a lot of people had gotten things. Like I ordered my stuff. I ordered stuff in November for Black Friday. I ordered more things during December, and I didn't get both of those packages until the same time in January, like mid-January. I sent before I got on the plane, so I was like crossing my fingers that it was going to get to me, but it didn't get to my home the day that I arrived in Philly. Like if I left the next day, I would have had my stuff. So because of that, they added some samples into my order, but then they also gave me a coupon for the next time that I ordered things. And they're a small business as well, and I really appreciated that. I just felt like the company that I got my shampoo from didn't care as much, which I don't appreciate. And if you don't appreciate me as a customer and can't tell me stuff that's going on and why it's taking a full month to give me some shampoo, if you can't do that for me, then why am I wasting my money? And even now, just as peak for you guys, I have been using that shampoo and it is not very expensive, but there's other things that I can get that I know will come on time and that appreciates me as a customer, so I don't see myself refilling it or getting it again, even though I liked the product. I don't like the inconsistency. I'm okay with working around slower shipping times if I feel like I'm being valued, and I just don't feel that way. So that is that. I did not end that video, so I'm just gonna end it now. Thank you so much if you were able to watch the whole thing through. I know it's a long one. When it's the weekly vlogs, they do take a bit more time. I'm getting better at it. If you haven't at this point, please subscribe. I know I haven't been consistent, but I'm getting better, and I hope that you can be patient with me. So until next time, friends, I will see you later. Bye.